Anyway guys, how's she going today? So, it's not too bad out. Nice and sunny and no wind and stuff. So, I kind of fixed my power line thing again. Just got done. I think it's going to slip again because I noticed that when you pull it tight, it actually bends that tree branch on top of the pine tree there. So yeah, I don't think that's going to last much longer either. And I forgot to plug in my power cord, so we're not going to have any lights here, but we don't really need them anyway, I guess. But big thanks to Mr. Zurcon, or if I said your name right, probably not. He found me some 20 amp wire that I guess I hear police sirens. It's going over there by the border, I guess, or something. I don't know, but anyways, he found me some 20 amp wire. I guess apparently you can even put ends on them, plug-ins on them. So that'd be pretty nice. But I had kind of another idea. Well, he told me that I could bury it underground, run it up to an outlet and plug it in, and then run it back here and plug it into my what's your doery thing. I kind of had another idea. I think what would be nice if we could do this. What do you think? Instead of well, for one, we got to find these kind of ends in 20 amp, because I have another idea I would like to. No, I don't have to. Oh, I was supposed to have to run into a pony panel then, though. No, we shouldn't have to. What I was thinking of doing is maybe if we could plug it directly into a breaker. Okay? Because I don't know exactly if you can do that or not. Because I think there has to be 2 wires going through the thing. And there's got to be another one. I guess it has to go to the ground or something. I don't know if you think this will work or not. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe if we can plug it. Well, if you cut the sheeting off, stretch the wires apart, then you can make it as long as you want, and you'd have enough to go to each thing. So, because I think one of them is going to have to go for the ground. So, if you cut enough of the sheeting off, you could probably, go directly to the grounding system on the box. But what I was thinking of doing anyway was maybe if we could go directly to, if I could buy a 20 amp breaker and put it in, because it doesn't take a genius to put in a 20 amp breaker, and then put the 20 amp wire on, okay, and then run that out to the shop, and then just directly wire that into a plug-in, okay, like where you get the 2 plug-ins, like your normal house outlet kind of deals. But it has to be rated for 20 amps. Because what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to run possibly 2 wires out here. One's going to be for just the lights. Because I can do what he told me to do, just put ends on it, run that into an outlet, okay? Because for what I'm running now, it doesn't really require a lot of power. And yes, last night I was kind of brainstorming. If you think this will work, but let me know if you think it'll work. If we take that 20 amp wire, run that directly into a breaker, and then run that out here into a 20 amp outlet. I don't know if it has to be on a breaker then here in the shop, because it's already going to be on one, right? And then run that out to an outlet. Okay. And then I'm going to put that 20 amp outlet here. Right here. And then I got my welder. Okay, because what the hell was that? Spiderweb, you. Because the welder only needs 15 amps and up to run on. But I want to run it on a 20 amp just to have a little extra there. Just so, I don't have to really worry about it. No, I can't do that. I keep forgetting that I can't do that because, well, this is another thing too. The wire that he showed me, because you gotta look at it watt-wise too, like the watts of it. And this wire is only 1800 watts, and the welder I think needs like 2300 or something to run. I don't know if that's true or not, if I could do it on an 1800 watt wire, but unless you guys can find me a big wire like that, that's over, still has to be 120 volt plus 20 amps, and then the wattage has to be, or the watts has to be above 1800. It has to be like 2300 or whatever it was that the welder needed. Apparently they had sent me a message or an email, because I had asked Northern Tool sent them an email last night asking them a question about this welder to see what the amps were. Okay, well, they had sent me a message not talking about it, they just showed like the question that I had asked. But I can't see it. I can't see what they had said back. It says, question details open in something, something, something. I click on it, then you gotta sign in. Well, I don't have an account with these guys. So, I don't know what good this would do me. So, I don't think I have an account with these guys. This is going under a totally different company then. So I think I might just live chat with someone on Northern Tool and see if they can tell me something, because I shouldn't have to make another account to just see my information. I never had to deal with that before. So, but what I was thinking, for that regular wire that I'm going to get, the 1800 watts, it's going to be more than enough for the lights. But what I was thinking for that, I might just run that down into the basement and plug that into an outlet right then and there. And then bury that underground. But what I would kind of like, if you guys could find me a higher wattage wire, like I said, I don't know if I could run my welder on 1800 watts. It's perfect for the volts and the amps. That's all good, but for the wattage, it's way under for what the welder needs. I don't know if the wattage really means anything, if it's really a big deal for the wiring or what. So, but if you guys can find me maybe a bigger wattage wire, then what we could do is I could run that, if you guys think I could run that into a breaker, I'll just buy a brand new breaker and stick that down in the basement, make that like a 20 amp, because the wire's 20 amp. So why not just have 20 running all the way out here, right? So then run that out here. Okay, and then like I said, I don't think you'd have to go into another pony panel, because I think it's already on a pony panel. Well, it's on a bigger panel, but it's, you know, you overload it, it'll pop the breaker. So I should just be able to just jump it right into an outlet. And then there's my 20 amps. Because I don't think it's, well, that's not going to matter if we do 20 amps like for the lights. If we do 20 amps all the way back here, it ain't going to matter, because that Woods thing is only 15 amps. Unless they make a 20 amp, but I can never find a 20 amp plug-in thing, so I can only find 15 amps. So it's kind of useless for me, but because you might as well just pull 20 amps back here instead of just pulling 15, because the wire's already rated for 20. You know, if I could wire that all into like its own outlet, then I would be fine for power, because I think, you know, I would have enough. I only need 2 lines, one for lights and one for the welder. Then I could actually be welding back here, no problem. But the thing is that the welder has, the wire for the welder has to be over 1800 watts. I don't know if that really matters or not, but that's apparently, because I remember that when I was going to buy a generator, it was a 2200 watt generator. I think it was either something like that. But anyways, they said that I had asked them if I could run the welder on that. And they said no, because it was too small. And someone said that the welder took over 2,300 watts or something to run on. So they recommend we need to jump up to the 4,000 watt generator. I don't really want to. I mean, I don't want to run my welder on that generator, but that's just for if I had to, or most likely for power outages. You know, I mean, I think a 2,200 would be enough for what I need to run it on, but or what I need to run. Just need to be able to run a fridge and the sub pump. That's about it in the wintertime or in the summertime, whatever happens, right? Wintertime, I probably run a heater, but I got a couple heaters back here. So, but this is the thing. If you guys could find me, or if you guys have an idea where I could look, find me or tell me where to look for a 20 amp wire, 120 volt with the 3 wires picking out of it, you know, or sticking out of it. It has to be the 3 wire thing. That's because, you know, there's 2 of them that are like a positive, negative, and the other one's like a grounding system. I know I'm not saying that right, but that's the way I see it, is a positive and a negative and a ground, right? You know, that's how I can explain it to you. If you guys can find another wire like that, but with the wattage higher, it has to be over 2,300, I think it was, 2,300 watts. I'm not sure though, but I think anything over that would be plenty. And then, yeah, over 2,300 watts, 120 volt, 20 amp wire. I could run my welder on that. I don't know if I'm going to lose power along the way or what, because it's going to be a long haul from the breaker to the shop. That's going to be like 150 feet for all the hell we know, because it's got to go such a long ways. Because the box is actually right over. You can see where they put those things on the side of my house. Those 2 boxes there, that red box and then that little white one, right by the garden hose there. Well, that's where the pony panel, or the panel is, because that's where the wiring is coming through. So that's where it is in my basement. There used to be a window there too, but they covered it up, so whatever. But I think it'd be better if we could just directly go right into a breaker, because then I'm most likely going to be getting a full 20 amps back here. I don't know if I'm going to lose amperage along the way or not, but apparently I can with this extension cord, but these extension cords are not really meant for, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not the right kind of stuff, I don't think. I think it's better for just if you're going to run a couple things for a couple hours, but if you're going to run things on it like all day long like you do on your house, you possibly could start overheating the wire too. I don't know, but I mean, I've never, for what I've ran on these wires, the wires have never gotten warm. If I ran the welder on them, then they would be frying. But you know, I'm not going to do that. So, see, I think it must work though, because I remember one guy showing me a 20 or 15 amp cord, extension cord, that I could run my welder on. I think it was for the welder. I don't know, but it was only 1,875 watts. So it'd still be underkill for the welder, but apparently you can do it. But I don't know. I'm not familiar with you know, wiring crap. So that's why I ask you guys, because you guys know more about it. It takes time for me to even realize what you guys say to me, because some people, you know, some guys have told me to do this and do that, and how this works, and I don't get it. You know, I gotta keep rereading it, you know, until I do get it. You know, it just takes time for me to actually realize that's what it, you know, what it does. So, but I think, see, this wire that he showed me now, wow, his was on the Canadian website. Mine was I had to go to the American website to find it. His was black, mine's gray. Just, you know, same thing, 20 amp, some bitch, you know, something. So, that wire is 1,800 watts. That would be more than enough for the lights and the small tools. So that, I think I'm also probably going to go in the basement, because there is a little hole. There's a little hole, like, kind of like where that ladder is right now. There's a little hole there. The old cable wire went through there before this fiber optic bullshit came in. I think that wire will fit through there. I'm not sure though. I might have to widen it out, but I can do that with the DeWalt. And then fish it through. And then right underneath that one window that I kind of didn't show you guys. I didn't last night. I did make a video last night, but I figured I want to redo it because I missed some things. But you see that little window right there? Right there. A little window. Well, to the left of that, there's a little outlet right there. I'm not sure what the amperage is on that, but I think that's where I'm going to get my lights from. I don't like going to the garage because, for one, I want to be able to replace that door because it's broken. And two, Mother always unplugs my cords. Because it's just a regular extension cord, so she always unplugs it. And I don't like that. So I run it to the basement, plug it into the basement outlet, then she'll never unplug it. Because it's down the stairs, and she don't like going up and down the stairs all the time. So, you know, it's better there, but I think for the welder, if I could find a little bit bigger wire, then again I'd have to drill that hole even bigger. So, but for now we'll just feed one wire through it. I don't know. Well, no, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna do it this year. I don't know what to do. I think what I'll do is I'll order that wire. It's like $73 for like a 100-foot roll. It's probably not going to be enough. But I'll get one roll of it. The next month I'll buy another roll of it. That'll give me 200 feet of line. I don't think I need all that, but you can cut it. And if you guys can find a bigger amp or a bigger wattage wire, still 120, 20 amp, 120 volt and 120 amp, but a bigger wattage. If you guys can find that or tell me where to look, then that wire will, if you guys think we can do it, just run it directly into a breaker, a 20 amp breaker. Then that should give me, then I'll run that out to the shop, put an outlet in, a 20 amp outlet, and run my welder on. I can run the welder on a 15 amp too, but you might as well try to pull 20 back here if you can. You might as well just do it. So, but like I said, I don't know if the wattage is a big deal or not. I don't know what that really means. I mean, maybe I could run my welder on an 1800 watt wire. I don't know. They recommend not to, because apparently from what I've, had asked questions about the generator, and they said not to because it's underpowered. So I don't know, but. And then the thing on the phone, they didn't even tell me anything. I don't even know where the hell I got to go to look because I've never seen an email like this before. So I just don't know. So it's kind of stupid. This came from Austin, Texas. I just don't know where to. Well, I don't want to call. Cancel. They got their phone number here too. I don't know. I might just live chat with someone on Norton too. I'll see if they can tell me something. And I mean, if you guys think I can do it on a 1800 amp wire or 1800 watt wire, then we'll just stick with the same wiring then. But see, I don't know if that's really the thing I should do. But I want to know if with just those 3 wires, if I could actually just directly that right into a breaker. I think you can. I mean, the ground is right in the middle, so you would have to really route the ground wire really, really funky, kind of like, because I think the wiring, if the wire comes in this way and you go into a breaker, then I'm not sure where the ground wires are. The ground connector is probably way on the other end, and you got to run that freaking. So you pretty much have to pull tons of line in, like 50 feet of it, and then cut it and and everything to size. So which isn't going to be bad because it's only 3 wires, and they are color coded. So I think, well, the 2 outer ones are, one's black. No, one's gray and one's white, I think, and in the middle has nothing. It's a ground. So, but if you guys think we could run that right into a breaker system and on the house, like I could probably buy another 20 amp breaker, pull that underground, run that to the shop, and put that into a 20 amp outlet, there's your 20 amps. I'm pulling 20 amps back here for the welder. But the thing is the watts. I'm worried about the watts. You know, is that going to be a problem? Can I do it on an 1800 watt wire? Do I need to go bigger with it? That I don't know. I tried to Google it, but Google tells me nothing. I tried to Google it I Googled it last night, and this wire he showed me is a 12-2 wire. It's the same as a damn extension cord, pretty much, I guess, but made more for out under the ground kind of thing. Apparently, that's 1800 watts. That's the maximum it can go. So I don't know if it's true. It's probably true, but would it handle the welder? Because the welder requires more than that, apparently. But I gotta ask Northern. I'm gonna probably live chat with them tonight while this video is uploading. And if I find something out about the welder, I'll put it in the description. You guys can read the description about it. Because I think the welder requires like 2800 or something, or 22, 23, 28. I don't fucking know. It was in the 2000 range anyway. So that's quite a bit for a welder of that size. You think that'd be like 1800, but you know, whatever. It don't matter. But I know that wiring will handle the lights. I'm not going to worry about the lights because I can do that easy with that kind of wiring. But can I also use that wire for the welder? I'm going to run two out here, obviously, because one's going to be on its own separate thing, and then the welder will be on its own breaker. Because for what I run on the outlet in the garage, I've never tripped the breaker on it. So, and another thing too is with the air compressor, I could run the air compressor on the 20 amp breaker too, right? Well, I can do it on this. It won't be a problem. But the point is I want to actually run both of those lines down into the basement, so then I never really have to mess with them again. I know Double Up Strike was telling me to go above ground with them, you know, in case I should have a problem with them, then I can swap them out. But I know where they're going to be buried anyway, so I can always dig them back up. But because, you know, with them being above ground, it's such a... If I just laid them on the ground, they'd be fine, like on the grass. Then, because I did that the first year. Like the first year when I bought these lines, these new ones, I just laid them on the ground, and then picked them up when I was ready to mow. So, but then I got tired of doing that. So then I started routing it above ground. Well, it wasn't high enough for me, so I went even higher. And now this is where we're at. So, but if we do run the wiring underground, I'm going to have to come back up through that hole down there that I foamed up, which is it's not foaming very well, but just come up. I think there's a hole over there behind this box. Yes, there is. So there'll be enough for two wires to come through there. If I can run the one for the welder, I'll run the welder wire here, 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 go over the stud, and then I'm going to jump it up here. Well, I probably could just come up straight up and then over this here, where these wires are going now. Because I got another wire up here too, right? See, here's my other wire for the work light. Run that up over here, and then come over here, come down directly into an outlet. If I can find a 20 amp outlet. Because I can find the 15 amps, no problem, but I'd rather have a 20. So then that way I'm pulling a fully 20 amps back here for the welder. The lights, again, I'll run that down to the basement, but I'm just going to plug that directly into a plug-in or to an outlet, because for one, we're not using those outlets. Well, we are in the flood season, but I can unplug it. You know, won't be a problem. So I'm not going to worry about that. But so I got the lights figured out. It's the welder that I want to figure out now, because if we can get that welder crap figured out down in here, we're done. You know, because, well, again, you could upgrade for the lights, to run the lights back here on that wire. If we could find 20 amp plugins for this, or like these, you know, but 20 amps. This one here's a 15 amp, 125 volt. If we can find a 20 amp, okay, even though the outlet might be only 15, you know, it's at least that the wiring is 20. So then if I ever decide to upgrade that outlet to a 20, I'm pulling another. So I'm pulling 40 amps back here. Then that would be more than enough, I think, for what I got to do. Because I only need 20 for. Well, I could do it on a 15, but I'd rather have a 20 for the welder, and then I got 20 for the lights, and then I can run even more lighting if I wanted to. Which I don't think I'm going to. I think I got more than enough. I think if I ever did any more lighting, it would have to probably get bolted to the door pretty much. Well, in the wintertime it wouldn't have to, but because in the summertime I want to leave the door up for air. So you'd have to find some kind of a lights that you could bolt to the door. This door is fiberglass, so you could just easily bolt it to that and be good enough, right? But you know, I can go up there too on another another stud or something. But yeah, so if you think you guys could find me a bigger wattage wire, if it's possible, let me know. Or if you guys think I can do it on an 1800 watt wire, but I think it might be kind of cooking it. Hey, kitty. Because I don't want to make that wire work. You know, I don't want it to melt. So it's not really something I want. But if it can be done, I guess I could do it, but you know, I don't really feel safe doing it, but because then, you know, then I'm pulling 40 amps back here. A total of 40 amps. So 20 for the lights and then 20 for the welder. I think the welder would have more than enough. I mean, yeah, I could do it on a 15, but I'd rather do it on a 20. That way the welder is just not quite, you know, having to work quite so hard. But for the welder, like I said earlier, it's going to have to be put on its own breaker. Which won't be a big deal. If I can wire, if you guys think that wire could be directly wired into a breaker. I don't know, because I think it's only, don't you usually just put 3 wires in for a thing? Or is it a 4-wire? If it's a 4-wire, like again, you can get that at Home Depot, but I don't know what the amps, I don't know what that crap is. Because this wire that I'm looking at now is a 3-wire. It's got 3 wires inside of it. They do make a 4-wire. I don't know if that's what you would need to run a breaker, to run it off straight off a breaker. And then I don't know if you could run that directly into an outlet, if you'd have to put another panel back here. You wouldn't think so, because you already got it, you know, it's already on a breaker. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Excuse me again. Because a lot of us do it this way, because then I think, oh, there's light right there. Uh-oh. There's light down there. Well, that's where all the cold air's coming in then. Oh, there's more even over there. Freak's sakes, I'm going to have to foam that up. I like it when the sun shines right there, because I can see all the frickin' holes. So I'll probably be getting a can of foam on payday and foaming all that shit up. Oh well, slowly do it and it'll be fine. But yeah, so if you guys have any ideas of where I can look for that wire, or what do you think I should do? Because I don't see why not running that kind of wire into a breaker directly. I said unless like you need a 4-wire thing, you know, which I don't think you really do. I don't really know, but I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys tell me what you think. I'm just telling you what I can figure out, if you know, if it would work. If not, then we have to figure something else out. I mean, for the lights, I can do that. That's no problem. I can take care of that myself. But I want to be able to run the welder on that 20 amp wire or something a little bigger. Well, 20 amp would be enough, but it's the wattage that I'm worried about. Like I said, I don't know if the watts even is if it's a big deal or not, or if it's just something we don't give a shit about. I don't know, but because if we can do that, if we could say if we could run the welder on that wire too, then I'm going to run 2 wires out here. Then one for lights and one for the welder, and then just put them directly into a plug-in. Same with the lights. I'll just put it directly into a plug-in because I can buy the outlets. Because I got an outlet, but it's only 15 amps. It's to replace any ones that get broken in the house. Just run that and put, all I gotta do is get the box, the outlet, and then there you go. Because it's already into a breaker. So what the hell do you need a breaker back here for, right? So, because it's already on one. But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. If you think that will work with that kind of wiring, with the welder and the lights. I think I can do the lights on that wire for sure, but the welder I'm not sure about because it is 20 amps, and I don't know why we just don't pull 40 amps back here. You would think that's got to be more than good enough. I really do think so because I'm not even going to need 20 amps for lights. 15 would be enough, but you might as well just make it 20. So then that way, if I decided to run a little more lights, then I could do it, no problem. So I got a spider hanging. I guess they're trying to come back to life. It's so damn nice. I was going to get even nicer later. So, but anyway, guys, I got to take off. The lady's going to be showing up today to pick up some kittens. I did get some of it on video. Before the cats disappear. Some of them are going to keep them, but 3 of them are going. But if you guys can tell me what you think of the wiring idea, the welder's going to be, if it can be, it's going to be directly hooked up to a breaker. I can buy the breakers fucking anywhere. And then run that just straight back here underground to an outlet. There's 20 amps for the welder. Then the lights, I'll run it on that wire again, a different wire. And then run that back here too, and then just put that directly onto. I might as well just put it into a plug. Because then I could run probably even like 2 of these if I wanted to, right? Because I don't think lights take a lot of wattage and crap like that, so I think I'd be fine. But at least the shop would be wired, it would have its own wiring system in it, then it would be more than good enough for me. Hi, kitty. 20 amps for the wire, for the lights, and then 20 amp for the welder, and then the welder's good. It's just the wattage that I'm worried about. I don't want to fry my wiring, so I don't know. So guys, I'm going to take off. So let me know what you think of the wiring idea. I'm going to take off here and kind of get stuff ready. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think. If you guys know where to look for wiring, let me know. Or give me a link to one if you know where I can go. And if I can directly hook that up to a breaker if you think. I might even have a breaker that's not even being used, but I think it's only 15. But see, the thing is, I don't know about the wiring coming off the poles into my house. If I hook a 20 amp to that, I don't know what that wire is. That wire might only be 15 and I'm pulling 20 through it, and I might fry it. But I'm sure theirs is way up. I don't know, but anyways, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later.